Welcome to Recovering Addict. I'm LT and I'm an alcoholic addict.
I'm Felice and I'm married to an alcoholic addict.
Woohoo!
I
Right
got
on. What?
I got answers if you got questions.
You got questions. We got answers. Maybe. Sometimes.
Or I'll send you where there is an answer.
Absolutely. We'll at least find it. If we don't know, we'll figure it out. This is a show about recovery, support to recovery. We're a bridge to a community that loves to support and help people in recovery. We're educational, relapse prevention, all that kind of good stuff. I jacked myself up twice in my life because of addiction. Went to jail, probation, institutions, almost death. But nope, became a fifth of night whiskey drinker later in my 30s and then checked into a detox and 5 months in an IOP, working step 8, going to actually another rehab program right now just to get my foundation further into recovery, connect deeper into the community. And I'm also I guess you want to call it college classes. I'm taking college classes on a peer support specialist, so I'll be one of those pretty soon.
I see some share squads out there.
We got some share squad going on already. All right. Kyle, what's up, brother?
I need my paper.
Yeah, remember, if you do that hashtag share squad, we get this shared out and we're keeping track. The fleece can't move.
I broke my back.
We're keeping track of all the share squads.
Like
and
Mike Tyson.
the top 5 shares was going to get a bookmark. Heck to the yeah. And we are also ordering a whole bunch of merch. So we're gonna have all kinds of stuff. We're gonna order some hats, shirts, probably those stupid masks. And I want to get, and it was her brother's idea, but who would like a recovering addict stress ball? Stress ball that's black or whatever and has recovering addict on it. I think that would be cool. I mean, what better, here. You're a recovering addict, have a stress ball.
I love it.
Let's see who we got hanging out. We got Tyrone with the first one. All right. Ashley, how you doing today? Good to see you. Mr. Teeter coming in 3rd place. Nice to see you too, Mr. Alien Brother. We got Raylyn. How's it going? Misty Johns. Oh, sorry. Misty Johns. Who else we got hanging out with us today? Alicia's in the house. Me and Alicia figured out we are not humans. We are from Utah. That means we are more like gods.
Oh, sweet. We're like little baby human gods.
Raina, hello. Welcome.
I don't see it.
Who else? We got Merc. He feels late. Oh, man. It's 7:59 and he feels late.
It's because you are.
He was like a minute early. Where were you, Mark? Dang it.
On time, you're late. And if you're late, you're on. Was it?
Andrew.
So there's something.
Yeah, if you're on time, you're late. If you're early, you're on time. That's what I'm talking about. Antoine again. Did you write him down?
No, I'm going to start at the top right here.
Make sure you
I'll say
here.
hi.
Are you going on Facebook too?
Yeah, I'll get both. I'll get them all. I'll get y'all's.
Big Hump in the house. What's going on, brother?
Hey, Big Hump.
You got this. Oh, that's Alicia. Oh, that is Big Hump.
Either way, you both got it.
Hello. What's going on, Steve Sherwood? Share squad for that guy. Murd, what's going on, brother? How you doing today? Hanging in there? Tuesday. How's everybody's Tuesday treating them? How's about everybody's week adding up? Remember the last couple of weeks has been kind of hard for everybody? How about this couple of weeks? Is it doing okay? Is everybody feeling okay? Oh, Naomi Johnson, too. Did you get her already?
Nope, I'm on Ashley Meredith. That's how far I am.
Aubrey, with his wisdom as usual, blah, 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 blah.
Ah, you got great wisdom, Obs.
Hey, Libby. Libby La. Is that how you say that? Libby La?
Libby.
Spectacular. Libby La.
Sounds fun coming out of my mouth.
Blah, blah, blah. Libby La. What's going on, Kat? Good to see you. How's your recovery going? Brandon, how you doing, brother? Where's your head at? Where's your heart at? How's your recovery going? We all staying clean? If you have not and you're new here, drop that sobriety date. Let's congratulate you. Let's say what's up. Welcome you to the squad. Christine, share squad. Aloha. Gotcha. Hola. Aloha.
Hello. I just love saying hola, Freya.
Hola, Freya. Was hanging out in the backyard with my father, talking and chatting. Oh, good. How long you got sober now, Murd? 68? I don't know.
Pretty sure I got everybody.
All right, let's jump into our July 28th AA
Oh,
thought
Tracy.
of the day. It says to continue the phrase of Psalms 19, the judgment of the 12 steps are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than whiskey. Yeah, they are much fine whiskey, than much fine whiskey. Sweeter also than wine. Moreover, by them are alcoholics warned in the keeping of them from this great reward. Who can understand our alcoholism? Cleanse us from secret faults, keep us from presumptuous resentments, and let them not have dominion over us. Then shall we be upright and free of the great transgressions. Here's our questions. If you were a drinker, even if you're doing drugs, are you resolved that liquor or drugs will never again have dominion over you? Are you resolved? Are you 100% sure that? Answer that. How do you guys feel about that one? Are you 100% resolved that liquor or drugs are never going to again have dominion over you? I am. I'm 100% resolved. I know where I want to go. Like I talked about in the book, Drop the Rock. You got a rock hanging around your neck. You're trying to swim from point A to point B. You got to get rid of those character defects. That's what the rock's all about. And I was thinking at point A, you're a certain person. And if you're swimming over to point B, you're becoming a new person. Them character defects are holding you to get from getting to point B. And actually at point B is going to be a new you. So look at the new you want to be. And what character defects do you have to remove? So that's my focus. I am focused on going from point A to point B. I'm not looking back. I'm removing those character defects so I can swim to point B faster. And I'm doing whatever it takes all the time. Do I get triggered? Yes. Do I still have bad days? Yeah. Do I still have bad moods and get angry and ornery and live in my character defects? Yeah. But I've learned the tools. I've learned how to pick up the phone. I've learned how to chat and text when I feel that way so that I don't end up back on the road to relapse. Catch it right as soon as it starts.
That's right. Kyle wanted to tell you thank you. I'm gonna
Yes.
just hang out back here.
Yes, brother. That's why we're here. It's exactly what this is for. This channel, just like what Kyle's talking about right here, he was in trouble mentally, tempted, all that stuff. He reached out, and just by saying it out loud and so that people could hear it and people respond and an acknowledgement took all the power out of it, and he was able to get through. Had he kept it bottled up, our imaginations run wild and we end up using or drinking. Usually, if we are left to our own devices, and we let that addict have an inch, it's going to take a mile. We've learned that too. Good job, Kyle. I'm glad you didn't. And I'm glad you reached out. That was the hard part, was reaching out.
Yeah.
Yep, Merck's happy about it too. Guarantee.
Two awesome men. And yes, Thursday's show will be a live unboxing.
Presents from Teeter.
I may or may not peak Teeter. We'll see. LT might have to steal it from me.
I might peek too.
Yes. LT's on my team.
So here's our meditation of the day. God can be your shield. Then no problems of the world can harm you. Between you and all scorn and indignity from others is your trust in God. Like a shining shield, nothing can have the power to spoil your inward peace. With this shield, you can attain this inward peace quickly in your surroundings as well as in your heart. With this inward peace, you do not need to resent the person who troubles you. Instead, you can overcome the resentment in your own mind, which may have been aroused by that person. Get rid of those resentments. Do not let somebody have rent space in your head for free, right?
That's right. Can't control other people. And shout outs to Anchored Hearts, Fountain
Anchored
House.
Hearts,
We got
Fountain House.
May and Vanjie and Libby. Hey.
Oh, Libby. Nice.
Libby's Naomi's friend.
Good to see you.
I saw 61 days.
Woo!
From Naomi.
Right on, Naomi Johnson.
So
61 days
proud.
sober. I love it. Here's our prayer of the day. I pray that I may strive for inward peace. I pray that I may not be seriously upset no matter what happens around me. Today we handled a situation. So I don't know how many of you know, but I'll just give you a little story on my son Link. He is accident prone.
So bad.
Since he was 2 years old, he chipped his front tooth. And then like the next year, fleece ran over his finger because he was playing around underneath the cart at Walmart, ripped his fingernail off. I think the next year after that, he broke his collarbone. The next year after that, he broke his arm. Did he break his arm or his hand?
His wrist.
Oh, he broke his wrist. Next year after that, he broke his collarbone. Next year after that, he broke his leg. And then the following year after that, he got his head crushed.
Yeah.
It was like
leg,
every year he had some type of bone cracking
wrist,
accident.
3 collarbones.
And so in 2017, he was life flighted to, the whole story about his head being crushed and almost died. All that it was huge. It was a huge tragedy. But since then, he hasn't had any accidents, has anything until today.
Yeah. We had quite the day today.
Today, Link's back over here helping mom make dinner. And his favorite food in the world is avocados. He's the avocado guy. He gets the avocados out, cuts them, flink, right down right here. 4 stitches. And they just barely walked in the door 15, 20 minutes ago. He
filleted that sucker. It was probably, half inch deep?
Oh, yeah. He wide open.
Yeah, poor guy.
Dang, Steve, 280. Good job. Holy cow.
Murd, remind me how much time you got, Mr. Red. I seen it in there and I can't find it, and it's going to bug me.
Did he say it and we passed right over it right there?
No,
hey, is Polly in the house?
Hey, Polly.
Sweet, where's Polly?
You know we love you, Polly. Right there. Never mind. My 4th or 5th month.
Nice.
Yes.
Good job, brother.
You're doing so good.
I'm going to bust out some Arsenio Hall for that one. Should we bring back the Arsenio Hall? Who remembers that? That'll give you some age. Dude, we have seriously considered bubble wrapping him. That's been a conversation for years.
Yeah.
With Link.
This poor kid, man.
Myself all the time. I should have uploaded the pictures.
And Millie had just sharpened the knives, and she did a great job.
I was outside helping Fleece's little brother hook up his car stereo. Link comes out, shaking. I'm like, "Are you serious again?" But guess what? I pray that I may not be seriously upset no matter what happens around me. Obviously, my heart breaks and all that stuff because every freaking year he gets hurt. But we strive for inward peace. Luckily, it was a good, clean cut. No tendons, no nothing. Just big old chunk of fat got cut.
Yeah, good thing he's got some monster hands.
He's got monster paws. Yeah, so it was a good cut. 4 stitches. He's all good now. Until next year. We'll see what happens.
Teeter said that there's lots of bubble wrap. Sweet, we're gonna need it.
A tack dog suit, and they put a bomb suit over the top of that sucker.
With just helmets.
Don with 8 months today.
Yeah,
woo! That's what we're talking about. I love it. Good job. Is he in here? Oh, that's Millie. He's gonna have him. Arsenio, what a good show. Try to bring it back to 2010, but I guess it could. I loved it too, man. I used to stay up late watching Arsenio Hall. I was young then. Yeah, he's definitely got those.
Luckily, there's an ER just like 2 minutes away from our house.
Show him your hand, bud.
And it was fast. Normally, the ER is like hours, but these guys were
Veronica
quick.
Just celebrated 1 year, July 20th. Good job.
Congrats.
Wish I could go to a meeting. So grateful for you all. Hey, we're here for you, Veronica.
There he is.
There he is, Mr. Accident Prone himself.
Right there. Got 4 stitches, I believe.
4 stitches.
Yep. Just had to put the fat back together. Hey, Aaron.
What's up, sister? Kids are wore out. Oh, well, Link just got 4 stitches today, so.
Yeah, pretty wore out.
Oh, you're on vacation. That's a time
Aaron's
for
on vacation?
kids to go nuts.
I always need a vacation from my vacation.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got a great question in here today. I love it.
Oh, Raina, you're giving me crap and I missed it? Dang it.
Great question.
Your crap's my favorite.
Remember, if you guys share this video out, drop the hashtag share squad, and we're going to keep track of that. The more you share, the higher you go up on the list. The top 5 are going to get bookmarks and a little something extra in packages we send out. So make sure you guys are sharing this out. Help us grow, which helps you guys grow because we become a bigger community. And, it gets us out there. And the best part is you never know who's going to hear it. I know that our friend Deb's in Scotland, it's late over there. It's only 3:15. She was up struggling one night at God thing. She's scrolling through her Facebook and we just popped up on there and bam, she stayed another night clean watching us. Now she's connected in our Discord. She pops in and gets support from us in there. So it's a great thing. This Discord, this Facebook group. And just remember, we're a community inside this place. So we should act and love each other like a community. We don't need to be going crazy. Just be loving and helpful. Think about what you say. Is this going to help or harm? If it's going to harm, don't type it. If it's going to be helpful,
about your age, Raina.
type it in there. Raina, isn't she like 97?
That's not helpful.
Oh, I just hit my own advice, man. Look at that.
That's why I was apologizing. Dang it. Sorry, Raina. You're young and beautiful. You are beautiful, but you're young also.
Okay, so inside of Discord, if you go in there, there's a questions for live tab. If you want us to address a question here live on TV at 8:15. And so Bookmark himself, the man, the myth, the legend says, how important is it to incorporate authenticity into our recovery? How important is it outside of recovery? I was like, that's a good question. And of course, if we're going to incorporate authenticity, we may as well look into what that word actually means. So to be authentic, right? Because it comes from the word authentic. And the word authentic means it's genuine, made or done in the tradition or original way, right? In a way that faithfully resembles an original, based on facts, accurate, reliable. So it's really getting into this whole honesty thing. So I got to look in a little deeper. If you want to understand the true meaning of authenticity, you need to go back to its roots. And if you go back to its roots, it came from Latin. And the root word authentic actually means author. So being authentic doesn't mean being honest about who you are in essence, but it's about being your own author. So if you want to be authentic, you are your own author. Authenticity is an active and creative process. It is not about revealing something. It's about building something. And that something is you. And he goes on to say in this little article I read, he says, as a human being, you are effectively born as a blank page. When you come into recovery, when you stop drugs and alcohol, you are erasing your page. The 12 steps, step 4, step 8, 9, and 10. 10's daily. But you erase, right? You're this blank page. One of your greatest gifts is the capacity to take that page and choose what you want to write on it. You have the ability to choose what kind of person you want to be, your values, your aspirations, and the principles that you want to live your life by. Your page is blank, which means you can choose to do anything and head any direction you want. So to be authentic is to be the author of your own life and your own destiny. We're clean from drugs. We're clean from alcohol. It's time to be authentic and rewrite us to the, like I was saying before, we got A and B, right? We're trying to get from A to B. When we get to B, we're a completely different person. And in between A and B is what you're writing as your person. So how important is it to incorporate authenticity into recovery? Very important. Probably number one. That is what recovery is all about, is being an authentic you, the best you can be, and only you can make that happen. And honest, if you were going for the word honest inside that word recovery, or in the word authenticity, if you're not honest, if you act one way in front of us and act another way behind the scenes in front of other people, that's not genuine, that's not honest, and that's not authentic, because that's not the real you. And the real you is going to show eventually. And that's how you fail. Being authentic is being really who you are. And like Cassie's quote, a few shows ago was, quit trying to be like somebody else or like everybody else. They're already taken. You just be you. Be the authentic you, the best you can be. In group last night, we were sitting there and a guy was like, if you had a chance to go up to the pearly gates, right, and you die or whatever, and you meet the best version of you, if you met the best version of you, would you guys recognize each other? And I was like, well, that's pretty good. So it's about being authentic. It's about writing your story, your life now. We have a new blank page. We're in recovery. We stopped doing drugs. We're thinking on a new level. We're thinking in a whole new way now. And we're going to become the best, most authentic us, me. And who cares what people think? The worst 4 words in the whole world is, what would they think? Right? Who cares what they think? We only live this life one time. It's ours to live for us. Why am I going to live it worried about what Joe Schmo down the street thinks? I don't care what he thinks.
Right. I do agree. And hello, Mama. Glad you could join.
Melissa, what's up?
And Cherie, glasses would be nice. Half my squinting tonight soaks because my neck hurts. Perfect. LT made it big for me. Yes, we are the Cleavers. Darcel T stands. Good evening. I've
Hey,
just
what's up,
started my
Darcel?
sobriety here at Sawyer House.
Yes.
We love you, Sawyer Housers.
Love Sawyer House.
Hey, 12 days and still trying to go strong and continue to do it for me. That a girl.
Yes.
Whoop whoop. Feels great.
Awesome. Oh, Veronica, did you get here for the
I
hashtag
did.
short? Times 6. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of sharing. That's awesome. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's a way lot to say sharing. No, I'm not tired, Raina. Just I was tucking in my shirt today, and I did one of these, and I kinked my back, and I was like, "Ugh," and I couldn't move, and my eyes couldn't open, and I've been stuck like this all day. LT tried to crack it. He got a lot of cracks in, but it's like bruised. I felt it crunch, when you pinch it, it crunches. I'm old. I'm 90. A 90-year-old body.
Thank you, Merk. So I think, and continuing on with Merk's question, how important is it to incorporate authenticity into our recovery? 100% important. How important is it outside of recovery? And outside of recovery, well, what does that even mean to me? Because I'm in recovery inside and out.
It's always recovery.
It's always recovery.
24/7.
Outside of recovery, maybe you're thinking, when you're in a group setting or on the Discord with everybody, or right now, what we're seeing now. And then you got to go be around normies, right? The people in the real world. I think we learn, we grow, we get strong here in our communities, right? We get educated, we get tools, and then we go to that real world around the normies. And that's where we get to put it all into practice. So that's where you really should be authentic. Really, like, here you need to be yourself. You can be, you're 100% comfortable being yourself, right? I hope. When you're in the real world, your job or whatever, the grocery store, that's the most important place to be authentic. So it's a twofold thing. We're always in recovery, but when you're around the normies, tell the truth, tell the complete truth. A lot of people lately, in the last year of my recovery, I didn't care anymore. I told I had, where I worked, right? I had a secret clearance, all that stuff. So I didn't talk about my past. Then I just started telling everybody, I don't care. I was picking people's jaws up off the floor. And then I noticed later, through my authenticity, my honesty in that realm, I would get people coming over to my desk like this. They would walk up to me, hey, LT, I need some help with, what do you think about, or I got a friend, and, oh, hey, LT, can you come over here to this cube? I got called from other supervisors to go to other weapon systems to help out people that were suffering. Hey, this guy's been doing this and that. Can you talk to him? Absolutely. I go sit in a break room for 15, 20 minutes and talk to a dude, all because I took my authentic recovery into the real world. So yeah, always be right yourself and be yourself all the time.
No, we're all special.
That's why I go like this. If you didn't notice, normies.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. It's one of my favorites. Normies.
Me too,
Me
Sky.
too. I just need to learn how to word the truth, not so blunt. Doesn't always work out in my favor. And then
100%, Christine.
had Amanda Miller.
Amanda Miller.
Been watching for a week now and really, really enjoys the message I received from watching 28 days.
Yes.
Woo-hoo.
I love your thumbnail too. Never Stop Dreaming. That's
Oh,
cool.
sorry.
Love it.
That was a good one. Did you want to play the video for Naomi?
She got 60.
She's 61.
Oh,
she got her
let's
60
play our
yesterday.
60-day video for Naomi. Coming back. Yes.
You're doing great, Naomi.
That's awesome, Naomi. I'm proud of you. So cool.
Yeah, does it feel good to tell your coworkers you don't feel like you're hiding anything? Sky told hers and Mike told his and get nothing but support.
Yeah, it's crazy how supportive they really are. Big eyes, they get big-eyed at first, huh? Like I had a couple guys. I mean, some of the guys that I worked with hand in hand, really close, knew how bad I was drinking. And the other guys, they knew I liked to drink, but they didn't know, right? And then when I dipped out for like 30 days and I came back, they're like, "Where you been? We keep hearing all these weird rumors." And I was like, "I'm an alcoholic, dude. I had to check in a detox because I was drinking this much." They were like, "What?"
This guy had to say, relax, people. You don't need to hide your purse. It's funny.
Hide your wife, hide your husband, because they're stealing everybody up in here.
That's another good one for y'all. Yes, congrats to everybody that is sober today.
100%. Another thing we like to do on this show, yes, Amanda, you're welcome, is go through our literature, educational books written by doctors. Why? Because they're smart and they've been there and they've studied stuff. And it's good for us to learn. Why is it good for us to learn? Because it's not something we used to really do, right? We didn't, if you're like me, you dropped out of school. If you're like me, you didn't read much. If you're like me, you just went off impulses and compulsions, right? Not educating yourself like we should. Now that we have sobriety, a new way of thinking, we're going to think differently. We're going to take advice from people we normally wouldn't have taken advice from. We're going to do things the right way. And then we're going to get a grasp of what the heck is going on inside us, because then we can stop the process. We can recognize these things about us and go, whoa, that was an addictive personality trait I just experienced right there. Let's not keep going down that road. I'm going to jump over and switch gears. I've lost a long-term job over them finding out I was an addict. Everything was great until they found out. Really?
Yeah.
How did they find out? Like what was the circumstances behind that, bro?
Did you tell them? That don't seem legit. Sue them.
Sue them. So unfortunately, many people vulnerable to addiction get stuck pursuing everything but meaning. Are you guys pursuing meaning in your life now? They have the genetic coding and emotional setup to develop addiction. That's us. So while they never fully surrender their need to seek meaning, they eventually live only for a fading sense of pleasure or power. As their addictive process moves toward the third stage, in effect, they short circuit themselves, cutting off their drive for meaning by the pursuit of power and pleasure, and always looking for the momentary, illusionary trance that will make them feel good and dampen their pain. Before we explore the drive for meaning and its importance in our lives, let's first look at two forces we share with animals. They and we could not exist without the drives for power and pleasure. They are essential life forces. That's us. So remember, we just went through this book. We looked at stage 1 of addiction, the internal struggle, the guilt, but nobody even knows what's going on, right? Stage 2, your addict is showing. People are starting to get concerned. You're starting to just delve deeper into this addiction. Stage 3, now because of addiction and alcohol, your life is falling apart, right? It's falling apart at the seams. And now we're going to start looking into the recovery side of things and what makes us stay stuck in stage 3. And this says the pleasure of pleasures. Do you have a hunger for pleasure? Everybody does. That's what kind of started creating our addiction. The desire for pleasure and to not want to have any pain, to get through life as simple and easy as possible without any struggle or pain.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah, it does sound wonderful, but that's not life. The drive for pleasure can be seen in its most basic form, in which the urge to satisfy various hungers we have in common with each other and with animals. Right? We all, us and animals, we want to drink, we want to eat, we want to procreate, find shelter from the heat or cold, the rain or the snow, and sleep. We share a need for pure pleasures also, right? Just pure pleasures besides the survival ones we just mentioned. We like to swim on a warm day. Otters, they slide down muddy riverbanks. Colts, little baby horses, they race each other up and down the pasture.
It's so cute.
Swallows, they play catch with feathers. Most of these activities teach and prepare an animal for its future. But anyone who has watched a kitten at play has to admit that it must be just having fun. Cats have fun. They play with their food. I've heard it said that if cats had wings, everything would be dead. What's up?
Hey, just keep swimming.
Mentalized as a person. This is so good. Good. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for
Yeah.
watching. Thanks for the kind words.
Corey's eating some Chester's hot fries. My kids
Mm.
love those hot things.
Yeah, please smash that like button. And remember, if y'all share this out, don't forget to drop the hashtag share squad. There's a little prize for the top 5 sharers. We highly would appreciate that. All right. So for human beings, pleasure opens up many important doors. It's the first door through which we can sense the divine. Through pleasure, we can transcend our present state, step out the limits of space and time. Step outside the limits of space and time. Sipping a cup of espresso, chewing a piece of perfectly cooked tenderloin,
Yes.
kissing a beloved, or watching a sunset. All these pleasures, excuse me, that's why I don't eat before I get on the show.
Did you burp the whole time?
Yeah. What I did tonight.
It was delicious.
All these pleasure center activities can be transcendent. For the moment, we forget about our check balance. So when you're enjoying a sunset, when you sip a delicious coffee, when you're eating some delicious meal, or you're making out with your friend, your loved one, in a healthy way, okay?
Don't go making out with all your friends. It makes it awkward.
For that moment, we forget about our checkbook balance. We forget about the crime rate. We forget about a recent airline crash. Pleasurable experiences give us a small taste of timelessness. We can sense what it would be like if we were to step into the eternal, to be held suspended in a worry-free, peaceful domain. In those moments, as soon as they're over, you can look back and say, wow, I just experienced timelessness. What it might be to step into a peaceful eternity, you know? But pleasurable sensations, despite their transcendent qualities, they don't last. Unfortunately, if we are pleasure-centered and have addictive personalities, we fail to realize that chasing and worshiping pleasure ultimately destroys our ability to create and experience pleasure. If that's all you're centered on, we fail to realize that chasing and worshiping pleasure, if you chase and you worship pleasure, it ultimately destroys our ability to create and experience pleasure. It becomes dull and wore out. Everything gets boring. Everything becomes mundane eventually, right? You could have the best job in the world, go there, and for the first year and a half, you are completely excited. Just every day the alarm goes off, you're out of bed before it. And 2-3 years later, you're like, meh. You get a brand new car. Think about that when you were looking through your classifieds, right? Looking for that right car that one time. And you're like, ooh, that's my car. You get all excited about it. You do all the research on it. And you go buy it. You're loving the car for about, every day you vacuum it. You wash it every day. And about 6 months, A year later, you vacuum it maybe once every couple weeks. Maybe you wash it, then it gets a couple dings in it, and you're just like, meh, everything fades, everything wears off. And if you continue to try to pursue pleasure in that way, it becomes the same. Our natural drive for pleasure must be surrendered. It must be combined with our drive for power and then rededicated to a drive for meaning. Okay? Our natural drive for pleasure must be surrendered. It must be combined with our drive for power and then rededicated to a drive for meaning. It is only by surrendering ourselves to the eternal that we become eternal. To paraphrase a holy book, he says here, it is only by losing ourselves that we can find ourselves again. We can certainly lose ourselves in pleasure, and people often do repeatedly. But our drive for connection and meaning prevents us from finding complete satisfaction in raw pleasure alone. We always want something more and yearn for a higher forms of pleasure. This craving, if it goes no further than the satiation of our instinctual needs, creates a pleasure-centered person. So what does satiation mean? This craving, if it goes no further than the satiation of our instinctual needs. What does that mean? It's satiation. So I busted out that word. I'm actually going to pop it up here on the screen. It's to satiate, right? To supply with anything to excess, as to disgust or weary, to satisfy to the full. So this craving, if it goes no further than the satiation of our just getting what you need, right? You don't need to supply anything to excess or more than it needs, right? And that's what we do as addicts. More, give me. How much more can I get out of this? Until it's just gluttony kind of stuff, right? So the cravings, this types of cravings for pleasure, this drive for connection, we always want more and more, right? We yearn for higher forms of pleasure, and that craving, if it goes no further than the satiation of our instinctual needs, creates a pleasure-centered person. Don't overdo it. Balance is the key, right?
Except for when it comes to Share Squad. We got quite the competition going on over here.
I love it.
Look at this.
Oh, wow. 23 times, Veronica. My goodness. Where are you sharing it 23 times? Where'd you share it 15 times?
Facebook? Like
That's
just different
crazy.
groups? Is that how we're counting?
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. It's up to them. They can do it however they wish.
Yeah, Aubrey, we don't know unless you tell us if you shared it.
Well, I can see, like on Facebook right now, I'm looking at the numbers. We have 51 people watching. On the YouTube side, there's 33 people. On Recovering Addicts Facebook page, there's 15. And then there's one person watching in the group. So when you guys share out, the numbers go,
yeah,
woo,
they're sharing it to the groups
woo.
on Facebook.
Oh, sweet. I love it.
Nice. Yeah, keep doing that.
Yeah, it helps. That's cool. Thanks, Jerry. It's getting pretty close to our time, so let's jibber jabber here for just a second.
Cool. Jamie Boyd, your mentor, she says, tell everyone, hey, that she prays everyone is doing well. Well, tell Jamie we said hi. Adrian, hashtag boss. Hey, Colin. How are you? Shout out to you.
Colin.
From your boy, Marcus.
That's from your boy, Marcus.
How you doing, Marcus? Everything going okay?
Come on, guys. With the world going insane, you can and will make it. Amen. That's our goal, is to spread a good message, to keep people in a good frame of mind in the worst of times, right? Right now, we got just craziness. I can't even look at the news. I haven't looked at the news or my Facebook feed for a while. It's been a few weeks now since I've really dug into it, saw an article, and got all lost into politics or something like that. I just tired of it. They say there's a funny joke out there. I don't know how you feel about COVID or anything like that, but it was funny. I laughed about it. So
that means it's good.
That means it's good. It said, why are the Amish Hold on a second. It said, why are the Amish not affected by COVID? Anybody got an answer for that? Why are the Amish not affected by the COVID? Because they don't have a TV.
Boom, ba-dum, ting.
So I stopped watching that crap. I know it affects us. What's going on in politics affects us. Affects everybody. The decisions they're making is worldwide, changes that affect us, everybody personally. The lockdowns, suicides are through the roof, relapses through the roof, domestic violence through the roof right now. There's a pandemic inside this that the opioid epidemic hasn't gone away, right? It's still there and increasing behind the spotlights of COVID. And I want to be here as a voice of reason and truth and support and love for anybody that needs it right now in these times. Do they?
It's probably,
That's
I love seeing it
awesome.
with their beard, especially like my stepdad. He has a big white beard, but wears a black mask.
1,000 new
It
cases, huh?
hangs out.
It's crazy.
Dang, Aubrey.
4 suicides, man alive. See?
It's harmful in all ways.
That sucks. Really? What'd you do that for?
A lot of Amish in Indiana. That's interesting.
All right, you guys. 8:42. I know we're 2 minutes late. I know. I get it. But we are still going to proceed with this Cassie's quote of the day. What up, Cassie?
Everyone, wait, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
All right. How is everyone tonight? My recovering addict
Good.
family. Where do I look at? Do I look at
Look at the
there?
camera.
Where here? Boom. So right there. So
There you are.
Hey, look in your eyes.
I'll get it. Practice makes perfect, right? Okay,
Heck
looking
yeah.
at you right in the eyes.
And we'll look at you in our
Okay.
camera.
Okay, wait. Now I can't see the chat. Hold on, let me get the chat up.
Are you
no,
on a
no, no,
laptop?
no. No. Wait.
On your phone?
Oh, I'm on my phone.
Oh, you can see the chat on your phone?
Nope.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that wonderful quote. And thank you for
Ting.
saying hi.
Bum, bum, bum.
No,
And
I
she's
can't.
back.
Sorry. Gosh darn it. Sorry. I guess I can't. So I'm not even messing with anything. Okay. All right. So I'm here with that motivational quote as always. And okay. To be at your best, you must be able to handle the worst. Unknown.
Amen.
How are we gonna do the ding? Ting!
Ting. Perfect. That was perfect. You can ting all day
And then
when you're live.
ooh la la. Whose idea was ooh la la? That is perfect. I love it. Oh wait, and then as always, you guys know what to do. Let's bring it together. Come on, do it with me. Come on. All right. I've always wanted this. Let's bring it together and continue to spread that
Spread
love.
that love.
Yay, I did it with you
Love it.
guys. I'm so excited. Well, so next time if I do it on my laptop, I'll be able to see the chat.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
If you want to come
Okay.
tell us a whole long story, you can hang out with us as long as you want.
Okay, cool. So and the next one is Thursday now, right?
Thursday. Yep, Thursday.
Okay. So I'll be back Thursday live and I'm excited. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I love having you
See you
live.
soon.
Yay. Mwah. Love you guys.
Love you,
Thank
man.
you.
Love you.
That was cool.
We love Cassie. We love Cassie. We love Cassie.
Oh, that's funny. That's true though. Whatever her comment said, that's true. I forgot now. All
It's-
right.
It's there. It wants to come out, but it hasn't. What do you get? when you cross a parrot and a centipede? A walkie-talkie. Nice. All right, Naomi. Oh, good. We love you, Naomi. That God is present in this place. You guys are doing great things. Good luck and God bless. God bless you, Naomi. How do I send Cassie quotes? Like send her one because you think it's good. You can send it to us and we can get it to her. Or I do believe she's in the Facebook group and you can send it there. But I'm sure she would love some suggestions. Cassie, what's the best way to contact her if they have a quote that they want to share?
She is in the private Facebook group, y'all.
Yeah.
Under Body by Cassie. You can reach out to her, message her there. What's up, Twitch Watcher? How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Up? Oh, hey, Brittany.
Hey, who has watched The Last Dance on Netflix? Michael Jordan. That was amazing. I binge watched the whole freaking thing, all 7 episodes.
Oh my gosh.
I was up till 5 o'clock this morning. As soon as I started, I was like, "Oh, I'm screwed."
Oh yeah, I left for work late. I was like, you were up when I got up. I got up at like 9.
So yeah, Cassie is in the room. Heck yes, we are, Jose.
100%.
100%. Jack, what's up, Jack? How you doing?
Oh my gosh, how do I get Cassie's number? Well, Facebook group.
Who got kicked out? Someone got kicked out?
Oh, Naomi, that's what she was apologizing for. She said she tried to apologize in the Discord.
Oh, right here?
Yeah.
Amen, Naomi. We hear you. And I'll chit chat with you. No worries.
The Last Dance. Yeah, it's basketball, Corey.
Yeah, it's about Michael Jordan. It's got the Dream Team in there, 1992. That's who we are in recovery, right? We're the Dream Team. Man, that is some good stuff. I actually got to watch Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, that whole team play Detroit Pistons. You remember the Pistons and how their rivalry, because the Pistons were such dirty fighters, pretty much. They were mean. Back in Detroit, back in the day, the game went into double overtime, and it was awesome. I didn't realize what I was watching. Then I watched that show last night, and I really now realize what game I got to see. So, wow. You guys can have my autograph now. I've been to that game.
Cherie learned who the Utah team is. Good job.
Utah Jazz. Utah is the birthplace of jazz, FYI. Jazz. All right, so focused on pleasure. We got about 15 minutes left. Let's get through some of this pleasure stuff. It's our last little chunk on focused on pleasure. When we focus our lives on pleasure, we measure life's values by the amount of pleasure we can get. So if you're focused on only getting pleasure, right? How much pleasure can this give me? How much pleasure is that going to? How much pleasure is she going to give me? That's all we focus on, right? We become seekers of 2 things. First, we seek the trance the raw pleasure brings. It gives us this that feeling of eternal, right? That forgetting all of space and time, that little trance of raw pleasure brings. That's the first thing we start seeking. Second, we seek to avoid anxiety and pains. And what Shakespeare's Hamlet called slings and arrows of life. Avoidance quickly becomes the primary organizing strategy for how we deal with life. Once you are a pleasure seeker, you're seeking 2 things: to have that pleasurable trance, and anything that's confrontational in your life, you're avoiding it. Oh, the phone rang. I don't want to talk to that person. That's uncomfortable. Oh, man, I don't want to do that. That's uncomfortable. Pushing this away, pushing that away. And that's a part of addiction. Struggling with life's difficulties becomes meaningless for the pleasure-centered individual unless The end product is more pleasure. Oh, that's going to be a difficult little task there, but the end of it's going to be a ton of pleasure. I guess I'll go through that one. Struggle itself is seen as failure, a sign that we are inadequate. And this only intensifies our search for more pleasure. In his book, Love, Power, and Justice, Paul Tillich points out the dangers of this approach to living. Only a perverted life follows. Pain, pleasure, principle. As we seek pleasure and live in a trance, we step outside everyday life and realities. We become unskilled in the how-tos of creating a meaningful and joyous life. We can create those moments for us but if we're just chasing them down, especially through drugs and alcohol, with zero meaning, these pleasures become blah. And that's why we just compound into the state we were in.
Oh, what up, Jeanette? Glad you're here.
Jeanette? Oh, crap. Nice.
Hello.
Hello. Love it.
Hallelujah.
Glad you're here. 100%. I just learned that our aliens. Yes.
Is it us?
It's us and Alicia.
Hey, Sunray.
Sunray, what's up, brother?
What up?
Good day, mate. Good day, mate. Sunray.
How about them Broncos?
Bronc what?
Teeter. What about Broncos?
2 thumbs down, Teeter.
Unless you're talking Ford Broncos, the old ones, those are cool.
Yeah. New Bronco's pretty cool too. So strangely, the more we pursue raw pleasure, the more afraid we become to let it go. And this seems almost a contradiction. After all, that moment of pleasure can also be a moment of letting go, of apparent transcendence in which we merge with the eternal. What's important here is focus and context. If we are focused on getting pleasure and our context is always liquor, drugs, gambling, or sex, then we can't let go. We're grasping, holding tight, and allowing our drive for sensation to direct us. All the while, we are seeking to control and intensify our sensations. The addict becomes trapped in this pleasure syndrome. Yeah, make sure you guys, if you are not yet, jump into our Discord and our private Facebook group and join our community. Pleasure stimulates primitive centers in our brain, right? Which turn can define our direct worldview. It can define and direct our worldview. This is an ego-driven view. What?
The other Naomi, she said, O.J. Simpson comes to mind when I hear Broncos.
A white one, huh?
That's funny.
That is funny. So take the addictive gambler for a second. We're talking about the ego-driven now. This pleasure stimulates a primitive centers in our brain, which in turn can define and direct our worldview. This is an ego-driven view. Now take the addictive gambler, for example. He goes to the casino, he plays a slot machine, and falls into a trance. Oh, I'm going to win. Oh, man, this is, just almost, In the trance, he carefully monitors how he's feeling. If he doesn't win after a while, he notes, he's feeling bad. Then later, even worse. He talks to himself about the rotten luck. And maybe he even talks to the machine, come on, baby, I love you. Just feed me one more time, one more big payoff. But it can't respond unless there's a payoff. And when there is a payoff, the gambler feels great. He's high. He can't lose. He's terrific. He's a terrific fellow. He's bound to win even bigger next time. And probably just takes the money and goes back and redoes it and then ends up feeling bad at the end of the night, right? So monitoring our own sensations is a personal activity involving no principles of behavior. It only pulls us deeper into ourselves. From this involuted position, our egos grow and we find it difficult to form relationships outside ourselves with others, with a higher power and higher principles that keep our egos in check. We got to have our egos kept in check. Ultimately, pleasure-centered individuals value the objects that foster their trance more than truth, spiritual principles, or people. Did you hear that? Ultimately, pleasure-centered individuals value the objects that foster their trance more than truth, spiritual principles, or people. For the pleasure seeker, the question becomes, how much pleasure can you or it give me? Once a person or an object loses its capacity to provide pleasure or provide as much pleasure as it once did, which is an inevitable circumstance, then the object or person loses its value and it's discarded for something that promises to be more pleasurable.
Yes.
Relationships won't last. Alcohol and drug use has to go through the roof to keep its effectivity because your tolerance levels go up. And if your girl or your boy or whoever it is, your fling of the night stops giving you pleasure, you kick that one to the curb and on to the next one, hoping that, that new little sensation because it's a new person, but that eventually wears off. And then it just continues to go to find pleasure. You got to seek greater things to get the bigger rushes.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of pleasure, Freya, TMI.
Oh, man.
That's so funny. I do want an old Bronco. Those are so cool. Teeter, the Broncos are rocking. Don't come a knocking. You
Good
guys are
thing the Broncos never rock.
you guys are funny.
Actually, no, they won the Super Bowl a couple times. NA, just for today. At the beginning of the stream, we go through AA. Here towards the end, we go through the just for today. Secrets and Intimacy is the label for July 28th, 2020. We feared that if we ever revealed ourselves as we were, we would surely be rejected. Basic text, page 32. Having relationships without barriers, ones in which we can be entirely open with our feeling, is something many of us desire. At the same time, the possibility of such intimacy causes us more fear than almost any other situation in life. If we examine what frightened us, we'll usually find that we are attempting to hide an aspect of our personalities that we are ashamed of, an aspect we sometimes haven't even admitted to ourselves. We don't want others to know of our insecurities, our pain, or our neediness, so we simply refuse to expose them. We may imagine that if no one knows about our imperfections, those imperfections will cease to exist.
Mm-hmm.
This is the point where our relationships stop. Anyone who enters our life will not get past the point at which our secrets begin. To maintain intimacy in a relationship, it is essential that we acknowledge our defects and accept them. When we do, the fortress of denial, erected to keep those things hidden, will come crashing down, enabling us to build up our relationships with others. So just for today, if I have opportunities to share my inner self, I will take advantage of those opportunities and draw closer to those I love. That kind of goes right with Merck's question today.
Yeah, it does.
That is awesome.
I liked that one.
That was a really good one.
All right, I put those links in there for the group in the Discord. All should join. And Naomi, you and LT can talk later.
Just have the serenity prayer.
Oh, my poor broken baby.
Hold your wrist. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Another thing, dear Lord, I'd like to pray for the addicts to survive 2020, not catch the Rona, and stay sober. In Jesus Christ's name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, we will see you guys Thursday at 8 o'clock, just like always, on as soon as I finish my classes.
R.I.P. Link's finger.
R.I.P. Link's finger. Aw. As soon as I finish my classes, we're definitely going to come back to 5 nights a week and make this a thing that we can. But I need to further my education so that I can be more value to your recovery. I don't want to be a waste of time to anybody. So I want to be able to support you. And I want to become a counselor so that I could actually super duper add value to your guys' recovery and mine as well. So Thursday, right? Thursday at 8. And we got new merch coming. Wait till we reveal this stuff. Thursday, we get an unboxing present from Teeter. Can't wait. And we will be back Thursday at 8 o'clock. But until then,
Stay strong.
do not put yourself in a high-risk situation. Stay strong, work your program, and remember, we recover better together.